It's no secret that classroom management is one of the most difficult things that we deal with as teachers. No situation is the same for any teacher. Every teacher has a difficult situation, and every classroom is different, every period is different, every year you get a different set of students. So classroom management is very difficult to train. And so what we're hoping to do is by teaching behaviors and behavior analysis and trauma and behavior responsiveness, we're hoping that we can teach teachers how to notice the behaviors, react to the behaviors in a healthy way, and then respond to the behaviors in a way that includes those students. Most teacher education programs are pretty good at the art of teaching, at the pedagogy, methodology, but most teacher preparation programs are not good at the science of teaching, the neuroscience, the psychology, the human development. I've never understood why education and neuroscience actually function in two completely separate silos. So what we're going to do in this program is bring those two silos together. We're actually going to do our research in the two silos. Their methodology is going to be in two silos so that our students are not just learning how to do things, they're going to learn why things work the way they do and then why their methods actually work so that they can be responsive to trauma.
When we say trauma, it's not necessarily serious trauma. It could be homelessness. It could be, not having enough food. That's trauma in itself. It could be having family that has always been in that poverty cycle. So that's trauma to them as well.
This idea of studying neuroscience and trauma as a teacher actually came to me early in my career, actually before my career, when I was in my own teacher training program. And I remember sitting in classes and thinking, I just wish we weren't going over so much methodology because that's a personal thing. I'm gonna teach from my own personality. What I really wanted was to know how brains work. How do kids learn? How do different kids learn? How does family life affect a kid? How does culture affect learning? And I wasn't getting that in my training. So I started studying on my own after I became a teacher, and studying neuroscience actually transformed myself as a teacher to the point that I went back and got my own certificate in neuroscience because I wanted to do that postdoctoral work just to inform my teaching.
If you're wondering whether you need a specific background or scientific background or knowledge to join this program, you really don't. The program has been specifically designed so that the information and the content that you're going to get is going to be gradually added on. So you start off with easy neuroscience topics, brain, how it functions, and then it'll slowly develop into and build on that subject of neuroscience. But through it all, you'll be able to have many opportunities to work in your individual tailored project or capstone project into the neuroscience bit. So you really have a very flexible program.
This program is not just for teachers. Although it's called a Master of Education, it is for any professional who works with youth who have suffered acute stress or trauma. It can be for probation officers, counselors, youth pastors. It's really just for anybody who wants to learn the skills to recognize behaviors and react in ways that are healthy and beneficial to those students.
What gets me really excited about this program is that whole bit of faith and professionalism being connected.
As a decidedly Christian college, one of the things that we are most excited about is faith integration, because it's not just going to be interjected into the classroom. It's a theme. It's a process. And so students are actually going to, right from the beginning, start doing some self-examination and start looking at their own spirituality through the lens of neuroscience and learn how to capture thoughts and how to capture negative thinking and change it. And then that's going to progress into learning how to actually change the physical matter of their brains, because we have control over that, and learning the science behind that is pretty exciting. And then at the end, they're going to start making connections between science and spiritual practices so that they can actually see how science does inform spirituality and vice versa.
The student itself will benefit from, learning what they're doing for their students, but also for themselves, just reconnecting with their journey as a professional and making sure that their faith is strengthened at the same time.
We believe this is going to be transformational. We really feel like that teachers are going to come in and leave different people. When they leave us, they're going to go out and transform lives themselves. And I think that's pretty exciting.